Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. I wanted to come in today to talk a little bit about this new movie. I don't know if you guys saw this new movie called True Story with Wesley Snipes and Kevin Hart. It's really, really good. I don't know if you all seen it or not, but it's worth watching. Give me a yes or no in the chat if you've seen True Story that's on Netflix right now. And the reason I'm bringing up True Story is because it makes me think about some things that my wife and I were discussing recently, and we were talking about, just family drama, right? Just trifling relatives or stupid situations or people that bring you into a bunch of BS and just stuff that you shouldn't be in, right? And this is kind of one of those things that we discussed on a regular basis because my wife is a licensed therapist and she's also a full professor of social work. So we talk all the time about social issues, psychotherapy related issues, family drama, relationship. That's what I call it, relationship. I don't know if anybody else has been in the middle of any relationship before. And it's interesting because, with her having her training in that area and working with different families of different backgrounds and all their crazy drama, one thing that she's mentioned to me, and this is something important to understand, is that even though Black people have our issues, right? We got our post-traumatic slave disorder and all that. She says that actually there are a lot of other communities that have similar problems. She said, if you talk to Hispanic families, you see crazy stuff. White families, crazy stuff. Asian families, crazy stuff. A lot of families have crazy stuff. So we're not alone in terms of having crazy stuff. So first of all, anybody in here just want to confess that you've got like some crazy stuff that's happened in your family? Maybe some baby mama, baby daddy drama, maybe some situations that talk about things that traumatize you, things that make you have to cut people off, beat people up, cuss people out, right? It's like off, up, and out, right? I'm going to cut you, you piss me off, I'm going to cut you off, and then I'm going to cuss you out. And because if you stick around, I'm going to kick your ass, right? I know that feeling. I've gone through that before myself. And I thought about this when I watched True Story, with Wesley Snipes and Kevin Hart. So in case you don't know the narrative, I'm not going to tell you the whole story. I want you to watch it. It's on Netflix. It's really good. Kevin Hart, shout out to him. Wesley Snipes, shout out to him too, because Wesley is a big supporter of Powernomics. He's a big supporter of the whole B1 movement and all that stuff. Dr. Clint Anderson talks about him all the time, and I want to make sure everybody knows that. Wesley's one of the good ones. He's one of us. Well, anyway, so in the story, Kevin Hart is a comedian in Philadelphia, right? So he's playing kind of a tangent of himself. And he gets into just some crazy situations because he's got this older brother that he's very loyal to, that's a little bit trifling, that just kind of messes things up and gets into bad situations. But because he's the rich, young little brother and who's loyal, he's writing big checks to his brother, 300,000, 400,000, $500,000, stuff like that. And his brother keeps messing it up. Well, anyway, the whole movie's about a situation that his brother puts him into, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I thought about that a lot because I had an uncle who was like an older brother to me. He was 8 years older than me, and he was my favorite person on the planet. And I was very loyal to him because he helped raise me. And I just remember getting to the point in my 30s where I was like, man, I'm trying to go this way. You trying to pull me that way. I can't do this no more. This is too much. And he eventually died, and it made me very sad. I'm still sad about it to this day. But it was just like I didn't know where that was going to go. And one of the things that this show actually shows, and I think you can link it to other types of drama we have, like baby mama, baby daddy drama, things like that, is it kind of shows that there's a cost. And this is the point. This is the point I'm making it, that there is a cost to family drama. That family drama comes with a price. So in the True Story, you saw that Kevin Hart was writing big checks, hundreds of thousands of dollars, eventually millions of dollars, because his brother was a messed up dude. His brother was getting him into stupid situations, right? And also he almost paid the ultimate price, which could have been his life. He could have paid with his freedom, right? That's more valuable than money. So now you're talking about, not just $1 million problems. You're literally talking about $1 billion problems, because how much is your freedom worth? How much is your life worth, right? And it's consistent with some of our lives, because a lot of us have that relative who is going in a direction that's not healthy for us. Or also we might have other types of drama, like baby mama, baby daddy drama, right? Maybe I don't know if y'all saw, did anybody see that video where the father shows up to get his son, and there's a confusion about when to pick up the son, and he's pissed off because he didn't get the son when he's supposed to get him. So then the mom's boyfriend comes out with a shotgun, and they get into a tussle. Next thing you know, the father's dead. Next thing you know, they start screaming and hollering and pulling on the gun, and then the guy just shoots him dead right there on the porch. So like baby drama, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, family drama can be deadly. It's definitely costly. It's not just costly financially; it's also costly in terms of emotion. You can lose your mental health, your physical health, your freedom, or your life over this kind of stuff. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to mention to you guys is that this weekend, actually, Alicia, literally, my wife is such a workhorse. You know, it's crazy. You can marry somebody and you learn things about them that maybe you didn't know. You're always learning. And one thing I learned about my wife is that she is a workhorse. Like, she's not just an intelligent Black woman, but she's a hardworking, intelligent Black woman, which, by the way, that makes for a hell of a teammate. Anybody who wants to know why marriage can be a good thing, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that it makes things easier when you have a partner. You can share responsibility. It's hard to do things as a single parent. It's just really hard, because you got to figure out how to be 2 or 3 people at one time. You got to go bring home the bacon, and you got to cook the bacon, and you got to take care of the babies while you cooking the bacon and cleaning the house. And it's a lot, right? And the cool thing about having a good teammate, mind you, a good teammate, is that you can share the work. You can say, I'm tired. Can you do this while I rest? Or my wife, I stand guard at the door when she's taking naps, because I said, you need a nap. And she's like, I'm not used to taking naps. I don't want to take a nap. And I was like, no, you need a nap. You're tired. And so she goes and takes naps, and the kids are like, Mom. And I'll stand at the door and I'll be like, no, you're not talking to your mother for 30 minutes because she needs to rest. Right. And so I would encourage everybody, when you're thinking about your life strategy, when you're thinking about the things that are going to make you successful, the things that are going to make you happy, happiness is more important than success. Happiness is the ultimate success. Success should be a pathway to happiness. If you're successful and you're not happy, then you're not really successful. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so if you have $1 billion in the bank, but you want to kill yourself, I mean, that's not very good, right? You didn't win the game. And so you might want to think about your family situation, who you let into your life, how you manage those situations, and really sort of process, how much of your wealth, all kinds of wealth, can be lost or gained based on how you manage that situation. So I think of my family as an investment, right? So when I spend time with my wife, that's an investment, I think, because I invest my time the same way I invest my money. I was investing time before I even had money. Now I have money. I invest money, but my money is not my most valuable asset. My most valuable asset is my time. It's my health. It's my peace of mind. Like, those are things. So if I invest energy, even having a conversation with you, that's an investment. I'm not kidding. If I don't think somebody's good in my space, I won't even have a conversation. I'll be like, no, you talk to him. Because I got people to work for me. I'll send somebody that works for me. I'll be like, you go talk to him. I don't even want that energy in my universe, right? So think of your family like as part of your investment strategy. Your family, your circle, whatever. That comes down to who you choose to spend time with. If you are a valuable person, I mean, how many of you think of yourself as a valuable person? Give me a yes. Everybody that considers themselves to be a high value man or a high value woman or whatever that the terminology is, right? Give me a yes in the chat if you consider yourself to be high value. Give me a yes or no. Yes or no. Are you high value or not? If you are high value, say yes in the chat. So everybody who considers themselves to be a high value man or high value woman, I would encourage you to understand that when something is valuable, you have to protect it. When something is valuable, you must invest in it, right? And so given that you are valuable, you must protect you, you must invest in you. And investing in you also means monitoring not just you, but the things that are around you, right? So that's part of the protection process. So that would mean that if I'm a high value man, I'm thinking carefully about the types of women that I spend time with, right? You might be able to have every girl on the block, but that doesn't mean you want every girl on the block, right? If I'm a high value woman, I'm being thoughtful about the types of people I let into my space, and who I might have to remove from my space, right? Everything becomes an investment when you think like a wealth builder. That's my point. Everything becomes an investment. So when I spend time with the kids, time with my wife, I played Fortnite. I learned how to play Fortnite with our 14-year-old the other day. That was an investment. I didn't really want to learn how to play Fortnite. I play Call of Duty. Fortnite is basically like Call of Duty for children. It's everything's the same, but Call of Duty is like the grown man game when you get an AK-47 and blow people's heads off. I'm a man, like that's fun for me. But Fortnite is like your character might be a pink unicorn who does ballet, who carries like a gun that's shaped like a cupcake, and whatever, right? And it's hilariously like childish, but I did it because it was an investment in getting closer to my daughter, which allows me to have a stronger, more solid family situation. That also means perhaps when she gets older, because we have a connection, then maybe in the family business, she steps up and says, hey, yeah, of course I want to work with you because you were the guy who played Fortnite with me when I was 14 years old. And now I want to spend time with you because we understand each other. We know each other, right? So everything is an investment when it comes to family. So one of the things I also want to mention to you, if you're interested, if this is your thing, is this Sunday on the 5th, my wife and I are co-teaching a class together. We're doing a co-training that's going to be 5 hours long. It's going to start at 10 a.m. and it's called The Secrets of the Drama-Free Family. You have no idea how much scientific research has been done on how to deal with all the crap that our families deal with on a daily basis. I mean, when I tell you that I was floored, my wife wrote a workbook. I want to bring it in here. Hey, Alicia, can you bring me your workbook, babe? Yeah, bring your workbook. This workbook, I'm gonna go get it. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. Let me see your workbook.
But it's not updated with the correct
time. It's all right. It's all right. Hold on, Clint. I'm borrowing your mom's workbook. Look at this. Look at this thing. I had no idea she was writing this. She wrote this book that is like, how many pages is this, Alicia? It's gotta be, baby, like 50 or 60 pages. And it's got all kinds of like stuff on basically how to deal with like stupid family drama that distracts us and upsets us and traumatizes us and triggers us and makes us mad at each other. Shut that door, please. I'm talking to family now. Like dealing with the bonus, like having bonus parents, dealing with your ex in a relationship, like when you are raising kids, like how to deal with like alienation. Like, you ever see where fathers feel pissed off because they've been alienated from their own child? You know what I'm talking about? Like a lot of fathers are not having their stories told about what they're doing or what's being done to them by some of the abusive moms that might be out here, because the abuse can go both ways. And they have this thing called parental alienation. Some of you may have experienced this. Some of you definitely seen it. If you Black, you've seen it. You've seen where the daddy is a good guy, where the daddy wants to see the kids, and the mama is vindictive and petty and trifling and bad talks the daddy in front of the kids, and then doesn't let the daddy see the kids, and everybody's dogging out the daddy because everybody thinks the Black man must be the demon in all this, when really the situation is much more complex than that. Well, that's a whole thing. That's a whole syndrome. It's called parental alienation syndrome. And there's a whole, in here she has like step-by-step remedies, like how to identify it, how to work through it, like little things like for example, never speak negative in front of about the other parent in front of the child. Like that's, some of this stuff is simple and common sense, but then other things like how to deal with that. Like if you're a victim of that, like they're now literally counting parental alienation as a form of domestic violence. Did y'all know that? Like they're treating it the same as if somebody was in the house punching somebody in the face, right? So ultimately this whole workbook, like there's a section, let's see, this is called the children, the in-laws, how to deal with the in-laws. Like you bring somebody in your family, it's your new man, your new woman, your new wife, your new husband, and you got the kids in the blended family, and you got crazy in-laws who are talking smack. There's like a process for dealing with that, how you as a couple can deal with that. What else? Bonding between the bonus children, how to form a bond with the bonus parent and the kids, like figuring that part out. Just all kinds of stuff, right? So I agreed to co-teach it, and the financial stuff, disagreements between partners, like she covers all this, right? And so anyway, on the 5th, we're doing this class. And if you want to learn more about it, you can go to thedramafreefamily.com, or if you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio. It's going to be on the 5th. We're going to start at 10 a.m. You're going to get a copy of this workbook, which has a ton of stuff in it. I mean, she's not just somebody who just gets out and throws her opinion around, right? This is not somebody who just talks good. She has a doctorate in this. She is a full professor of social. You have to be in academia to understand this. Getting a PhD, only 1% of the country has a real PhD. I'm talking about the PhD where you spend 4 or 5 years in a Research One university and they give you the degree. She started with 5 other Black students. All 5 of them dropped out. She was the only one who made it. That's how much of a badass she is. I have to brag about my wife. I hope that's okay. Number 2, she out of that 1% that actually get the PhD, only a small percentage of that group actually gets tenure, right? Tenure is that next level. I never got tenure. I went off and did other things. I started the Black Business School, stuff like that. But she got tenure. And then out of that, those that get tenure, only a small percentage of the tenure professors become full professors. So it's like the difference between being a good basketball player versus making it to the NBA versus winning a championship versus being in the Hall of Fame. So like in her field, she is in the Hall of Fame. Like that's how much of a and I have to just really say this, and I'm not making any of this up. All this is public record. You can look this up. So anyway, like she talks about how to form family meetings and agreeing on ground rules of the family and the relationship, roles that you play in the family meetings. Dr. Alicia's tips for blended families. Like, so there's like a lot of cool stuff in here. She has no idea that I'm doing this video. She's sitting over here just probably like a little bit embarrassed. But I just saw this book and we sat down and we started planning what we're going to talk about on Sunday. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this is like literally the blueprint. This is the Bible for like, or one of the Bibles, I think, for all the crap that so many of our families are experiencing when it comes to just crazy ass people in your family. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've dealt with that for a long time. And I can tell you, baby mama, baby daddy drama, as you probably know, will just drain the hell out of you. It drains you emotionally. It drains you financially. A lot of us are doing it wrong. We're doing a lot of do-it-yourselfers. Oh, okay, and I gotta go because it looks like, oh, that's right. I have to go talk to Vicky Dillard now to do. Oh, tell Taryn, tell her to tell Vicky I'm coming. And I'm sorry I'm late. Okay, all right, so I gotta go, guys. So anyway, if you want to learn more, you can go to thedramafreefamily.com, or you can just go to boycewatkins.com, or if you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio, and you can join us on Sunday. We're gonna do this for 5 hours. You'll get a copy of the workbook. You have lifetime access to the recording, and there's a big discount if you'd like to join us. I encourage you to consider this as a good investment in your family, because if you have a peaceful, happy, productive family, it will help you in your wealth, your health, your mental health, everything in between. So no more drama. The less drama there is, the more prosperity there is. Prosperity tends to come with peace, right? Losses come with war. So don't put yourself in a situation where there's war. Now I got to run. I didn't realize I got the time mixed up. I got Vicky Dillard and Rizza Islam on drboycetv.com. So if you want to join us for that, feel free to pop on over there. I got to bounce out, and I'm so sorry to Vicky. I got to apologize. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button. Talk to you soon.